Dear learners, welcome back to our course Introduction to C Program. Today we are going to start Module 6 of Week 1. Before I start discussing different topics of this module, let us first see what are the points that we have discussed in our last class. In our last class, we have seen various intermediate system programs like preprocessor, compiler, assembler, linker, loader, and how all of them work together to execute a C program. We have also seen a few features of C programming language. Like C is a efficient language, it is portable enough, it has a large collection of library function, and it is error prone with respect to the other programming language like C++, Java, etc. Managing the large code is also difficult in C, which is not that difficult in other programming language like C++ and Java, because they have some special construct for managing the bigger programs. So we have discussed all these features. I hope you have understood. Now in today's module, we will see how to execute a C program using a integrated development environment. We have already discussed the integrated development environment, and in this integrated development environment, all the different system softwares like preprocessor, assembler, compiler, linker, loader, they are integrated in a single platform so that when you run a program without any manual intervention, all the software will be executed one after another automatically and you will get the output. Okay, so there are two different ways you can use an IDE. So you can use it in online mode or in offline mode. Now let us see what is online GDE. So the online GDE is a platform which is cloud based. That means you will have an URL in your browser, you just paste that URL and then you can access that IDE without any kind of installation. So the advantage of this online IDE is no installation is required. You just simply type your URL, that's it. But what is the disadvantage? Internet connectivity you need. Since it is cloud-based tool, to work with internet, you should have a consistent internet access in your home. Now, similarly, what is offline? The advantage and disadvantages are just the opposite in nature. So in offline IDE, what you need to install that IDE in your local desktop. So you need installation. But on the other hand, what is the advantage is, since it is installed in your local machine, you do not need to access internet. So no internet connectivity is required. So this is what the advantage. Now for our purpose, we will mainly use online IDE. The primary reason is for that you do not need to install anything. It needs internet connectivity, but everyone nowadays have an internet connectivity in their home. The most important part is you need to focus on your programming, not the installation part. So therefore, I will show you most of the programs, if not all, in online platform. It will be easier for you to follow me as well. Now for our use, we will mainly use online IDE because I will show you how to access the online GDB platform after this slide. There are many different online IDEs there. It's not that you must use this online GDB only. You can use the other online IDE also. And I will show you one offline IDE as well, the CodeBlock GCC compiler. This is already installed in my machine. The installation part is not that much difficult. It's very simple, few step installation you need. So I will not show you how to install it because you can access the YouTube video. There are several videos to install it, and it's a very simple process. 3-4 next. Click on next 3-4 times, the software will get installed. Okay. And I will also show you from where you need to install it. In my machine it is already installed, and I will show you a program which runs in online GDB and code block, both without any ambiguity or without any problem. Okay, so what I mean to say, irrespective of the mode, you can run a program wherever you wish. Okay, so therefore there is no hard and fast rule that you will only use it. Nowadays there are many compilers that you can actually install in your mobile also. So you can go to Play Store and you can search for the C compiler, you can get it. Now another good news is the online GDB which I am going to use here, you can also use it using your mobile. So even if you don't have any desktop or laptop, still you can use online GDB. Now let us see how to access online GDB. Let us first open the google.com. You first type online GDB, okay, and hit to enter. Once you will hit to the enter, you will see several web pages for this search, and you should choose the first link on the top, www.onlinegdb.com, GDB online debugger, and click this link and you will land up to the GDB online debugger page. Okay, so let it open first. So this is for the online IDE which we are going to use for our course. Okay, now there are many options here. I will explain each of these options. You do not need every option to use. All the required option I will tell you. Okay, so now in your left hand side, see here online GDB. So you have several options: IDE, my project, classroom, learn programming, etc. And in the middle, if I mark it, this is what the place where you will run your program. So you will type the program over here, and when you land up to the page, they will provide you a default program, and the program name is basically Hello World program. This is the very first program we see whenever we want to learn C programming language. Now what this program does, if you run this program, it will print Hello World. That's the only thing it will do. We will tell you all this syntax, main, brackets, printf, return, all those things I will explain. Let's assume this is a complete program, and now we need to run this program. So then what you will do, on top you will get a option or button called run. See here F9, either it's run or F9. If we click here to run that, so I'm clicking here, now it is asking me choose your language. Now in the drop down you will have several different language: C, C++, Java, Python, PHP, etc. So first you need to choose the particular programming language. So let's say for my purpose I am choosing C here. So once you choose C, then it starts running. Okay, it starts running and it prints this Hello World in the screen below. Okay, so the black screen here you are seeing, this is the place where you will see your output. Right now you ignore these two lines. For every program, when you run this program, these two lines will come: program finished with exit code 0, or in some cases you will get exit code 1 or any non-zero number. and press enter to exit the console. So these are the two lines you will always get after every program execution. But see, on top of that, this hello world, this is what we are intended to print. This program successfully ran and it prints the value hello world. Okay, now once you select this language C, then after that, when you change this program, let's say if I change this program and create another program, and let's say I am printing hello students, let's say. Okay, now I have changed this. Now if you run, click on run, see the program is running and it displays hello students. So now it is not asking for assign the language here. Why? Because it is already done. So first time you need to do it. So you understood the run button. Now just by the side of run there is another button called debug. This is a very important and interesting feature which is given in this particular online IDE. Now I will not discuss debug right now. Once we get into a little complex problem, I will show you how debug will work. This is a stop button. So what it means, if your program is running, you want to forcibly terminate the program, you use the stop button. Like in this case, if you run, program is executed, so it's automatically stopped. But let's say you are running a very large program, if you want to forcibly stop that program, you click on this stop button. Okay, now next is share. Now let's say this is my code. Now I want to share this code. Click on the share. Now once you click on the share, it will tell you the code. So this is what your program. Okay, if you copy this link and send to somebody, then the person who will get this link, if he clicks that link, he will see your this hello world program. I hope you understand. Now what will happen, since it's a cloud based tool, in this particular URL your program is kept. So whenever the person will click onto this URL from his machine, he will actually can see this. Okay, this is what the concept of share. Another thing is save. Let's say I want to save this. Now when I am saying save, it will never save this into your local machine because it's a cloud environment. So all the things which is happening here, that is happening in this website. So this website is a different place in the internet. It is not your desktop. So if I save this program, it will be saved into that cloud itself. So let's see how to save. Now if I want to save it, now it is asking me please log in to save the snippet to your personal account. Now since it's a cloud based tool, where it will save to the cloud. Now you must log in before you save that, because it will be saved to the account which is associated with your name. So it is asking me to log in. Now there are two ways you can log into this cloud. Here you are having an option called sign up. If you click on sign up, it will ask you the other details. Okay, now here is the place you can give your name, email address, password, and you can register, or you can directly click here Google Plus. So whatever Google account you have, you can also sign up with that as well. Instead of creating the new name, email address, you can use the existing Google account. Okay, this way you can sign up. Directly log in from Google. So there are many options for signing up. Okay, and instead of this, you can also sign up while saving this. You can also sign up from this window. So let's click on this. So it will ask the Google account that I want to use before sign up. So let's say I am using this one. Clicked on this. So now it is trying to enter into the cloud. So after the successful sign up process, it is asking what is the name that you want to provide while saving the file. So name of the project. So let's say I am giving the name my first program, okay. And then if I click save, then what will happen? Click on save, then it got saved to my account, whichever I have used, okay. So it is saved in my cloud account, okay. The save is done, and there is another button called beautify. What it will do, it will reformat. Let's say you just has given like this. So now if you click on beautify, see, it align everything, okay, in its own format. So it will actually beautify your code. So it's not very important right now. We will just leave as it is, okay. So this window is fine. Now what you can do as well, you can change the setting from here. Let's say it is little difficult for me to read what I have written here or what I am coded here. So you go to setting, and instead of dark theme, you can use a light theme, okay. And font size, you make it little bigger, large. Yes, done. Click on done. Now I can see it is in the white background. So you can also change this background from that setting bar, okay. And now in the bottom of this particular screen, you will have the output or input window, okay. And here I have saved this particular program in a project. What is the name of that project? That is my first program. Now click on this my project, okay. Click on this my project. So before you save everything, whatever you have done, you just save everything. Every time you should save, so that all the changes will be reflected. After that, you can click on this my project. You will see my first program, and this is the name of the program which just now you have created and saved, okay. Now from here, what you can do, you can also delete this, you can rename this program, you can download this. Now when you click on this download, my first program will be downloaded to your local machine, okay, in a zipped file. So if you want to have this code in your local machine, you need to save it in the cloud, and then from this screen you need to download it, okay. And there are other options. You can share using this link. Click on share. Then what will happen, it will ask for the, yes, same thing, it is showing you the URL. You send this URL to somebody who want to access it, okay. Now similarly, at last you have share and embed project. So this one is the last one, fork project. Right now we don't need this, okay. So these are the things, my project I have discussed. And you can create a new let's say I want to create a new program. So let's click on create new project, okay. Now let's say now I am writing here a new project. So I'm just typing something, let's say int a comma b comma c. I will explain you everything little later. Now let's say a equals to 5, and then b equals to 7, then c equals to a plus b, okay. Now I can print %d c. If I run this program, so I'm running it, so it is actually giving me the result 12, because this program is adding 5 and 7. So if you add 5 and 7, you will get this 12. Now if you want to save it, save, give the project name, let's say my second program. I'm just giving arbitrary name, second program, and save it. Now you go to my project, okay. Let me save it here, okay. Go to my project. See here, the next problem is also in this list, my second program. So now this is the way we will use our online IDE. So I have discussed this create new project, my project, and this learn programming and all programming questions. All these things are basically will help you to learn. They have a lot of questions in these tabs. And there is another option called classroom. This is a very interesting option. Right now I don't want to discuss the classroom. Actually what will happen, the assignments, all the programming assignments you will submit through this classroom. So I will tell you later how to use this classroom. Okay, now let me go back to my original screen. Okay, so now you can also click, you can click here, then you will have the larger window, so it is easier for you to look into the problem. Okay, let us now see how we can actually run a program using our mobile phone. So go to our Google and write again online GDB, and you will get that GDB online. Click on there. Okay, so this is what my GDB compiler. So since it is a mobile phone, what you need to do, you click on this button and use that desktop side option. Okay, so once you do it, now it will be easier for you to handle. Enlarge the screen, and let's say you want to update this program, so we can do it like this. So let's say welcome to NSOU. So I'm typing here. Now if you run it here, you have that option called run top. I'm clicking there. Choose your language and select C here. See here, it is running, and welcome to NSOU. It prints that welcome to NSOU. Okay, let me remove this left button. Yes, now it will actually display you this welcome to NSOU. If you see it here, welcome to NSOU. So this is the way you can actually run it from your mobile phone as well. Now, dear learners, we have seen how to access a online IDE. Now we will see another IDE which is offline. The name of the IDE is CodeBlock. So how to install the CodeBlock? So go to Google and search with the term CodeBlocks. Okay, hit to enter. Then you will land up to the page codeblock.org. Okay, so this is what the website at the beginning. See here. Now at the first, you just click this CodeBlocks website and you will land up to this page. Now here in the left hand side, if you see, there is an option called download. Here in the red mark, I am showing you download. Click on the download. So once you click on the download, it will open another page where you have download the binary releases. Click on the download the binary releases. Then this page will open. Now if you see this page, there are options for different operating system. Like this is for Windows XP, Vista, Linux and Mac OS. So let's see the list for Microsoft Windows, because my machine is Windows machine. So here many CodeBlocks versions are there, or different utilities are there. So please remember the fourth one, this we need to install, CodeBlocks 2003 mingw.setup.exe. That mingw, you remember this term, mingw setup. This exe file you need to download. Okay, how to download it? You can select this ForceHub or SourceForgeNet. From both this side you can download this. So let's go to ForgeNet, this side, and then it will give you the option for downloading. If you wait for a few seconds, it will automatically start the download. It is actually waiting for download now. Yes, now the download has started. See here, CodeBlocks exe. Now the download has been started. So now the file is getting downloaded. Once the software download is complete, then what you can do, you can go to your download folder, and there you will see this CodeBlock 2.20.3 mingw setup. Then what you need to do, you need to just run this exe file. Just click on the CodeBlock exe, and you should download it with all the default option. You don't need to do anything extra. Since it is already there in my machine, so I am not installing it from the scratch. It's very easy, simple step. You need to wait for 15-20 minutes based on the speed of your machine, and just click next with all the default selection. Then it will get installed in your machine. Once you successfully install these code blocks, then in your desktop you will have a shortcut icon called code blocks, which is having 4 adjacent squares. And once you double click on this code block, it will open the main page of your code block software. So based on your machine RAM size, it may take a little bit of extra amount of time, but it will open. The main window will open shortly after that. Now this is what the main window of the code blocks. So in this main window, we need to actually type our program. So first you go to file and create a new file. So you need to select an empty file here. So therefore one empty file has been opened up. Now here in this empty file, untitled1, by default the name is something like that. We need to actually type our program. Let's say we will type the same hello world program which we have ran in online GDB. The program is completely written, and now we need to run this program. Now like online GDB, this compiler as well can execute program of different programming language. So we need to tell the compiler that the program that I am going to run, that is a C program. So what you need to do, first you need to save it, save the file. So go to file and save file as, let's say I am saving this file, let's say here in my D drive, and let's say there is one folder programs. Inside that, let me create this file test, let's say test, and of course the name of the program is test, and you need to have this C++ option in your save as type. This will tell the compiler that test file is nothing but a .c program. So it will be executed by the compiler, treating that it is a C program. Okay, so let me save it. So now it is what my C program. Now where I will see the output, I will see the output in the output window. By default the output window will not be there in this code block. So you need to go to this view button and click on the logs. Then you will just drag it little up, so you will see the output window here. Now this is what my output window. Now to run this program, select this program and then go to build option. There are several options, 4 different options are there. You should choose this build and run options. Since we will not use this tool frequently, so I am not explaining all the other options. Every option has a specific purpose, but build and run option will always work. So just click on the build and run option, your program will run. So see here, we are seeing the output hello world. As like online GDB, we always have these 2 lines after the program execution. Please ignore this line for the time being. We will explain it later. Okay, so in this way we can also execute the same program in the offline compiler, that is also in the code block. So you can also use any other offline compiler like DebC and all other. So dear learner, today we have shown you how to access online GDB or how to install a offline compiler like code block into your own machine. I hope you have understood this. With this, we are ending the session for week 1. So from next week onwards, we will actually start writing some code in online GDB. So if you have any question, any doubts, please go through all these videos of week 1 and raise your all doubt in our discussion forum. so that we can answer each and every doubt from your side. Okay, we hope you have enjoyed this entire week 1. So next week we'll again meet. Till then, enjoy your learning. Thank you.